Do you get overwhelmed and experience action paralysis when faced with too many options? If that's you, this series of 2 episodes will give you some tips on understanding overchoice and navigating the problem of plenty. Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode on the Own Your Everyday series. I'm your host and self-awareness coach Shweta Shibraman, and this is the second episode in a short series of 2 episodes. In the previous episode, we spoke all about overchoice, the many problems that come with it. And in today's episode, we will directly jump into the 5 strategies to overcome this problem of plenty. There are some strategies that I've used for myself and my clients to help ease the burden of choice. And I really hope they help you get some clarity on what's more suitable for you and you get to move forward in life rather than feeling stuck or overwhelmed because of overchoice. So let's cut to the chase, and here are 5 strategies. Strategy number 1, elimination. Make a list of non-negotiables and eliminate options that don't meet the cut. The simplest way to manage choice overload is to reduce the number of options in the running. Spending time to get clarity in knowing what you don't want can help in eliminating options that are not the right path for you. Go back in time to identify parameters to help you determine what you don't want. Explore all the roles you've held over the years in your careers and list down things that are non-negotiable to you. It could be as straightforward as no working Saturdays to something vague and ambiguous as wanting to work in a tech-first or forward-looking industry. Strategy 2, self-awareness. Expand self-knowledge to identify your core values and beliefs. The choice overload we face in our careers is not just about what's right, but what's right for us. For us is a critical variable. We are unique, and our values, beliefs, internal drivers are different from others and directly influence whether the career trajectory is good for us. Spending time understanding ourselves and identifying our core values and beliefs can help us select what's right for us. For example, say you're passionate about conserving and preserving the environment. Even if you're offered the best role in an oil and gas company that's infamous for its sheer lack of planet consciousness, it is not an option because it's not aligned with your core beliefs or values. Identifying our values helps us choose career transitions that are aligned to who we truly are. Strategy 3, experimentation. Try your hand at many things to know what fits. You cannot know something unless you've experimented with something. For example, you might be passionate about baking and want to create a venture around your baking skills, but if you've never tried to market or promote your baking products, you'll never know if that's something that works for you. You don't have to quit your current position to experiment. Pick up career alternatives you'd like to experiment with and do it pro bono when you have the time to spare on weekends. By doing it pro bono, there's no conflict of interest with your full-time job, and by doing it in your spare time, it won't affect your job performance. Experimenting will give you data points that no hypothetical examination of choices in our head can do. It can actually help us make better decisions in the long run. Strategy 4, retrospection. Shift your timeline to 10 years from now and explore how you'd want to have navigated this dilemma. Often, our current perspective is limited, narrow, and restricted to what we know today. Shifting the timeline to 10 or 20 years from now and looking back can help us reflect with a fresh pair of lenses. When I do this with my clients, an overlooked or an undervalued variable suddenly comes into the picture that tips the scales favorably for or against some choices. For example, today, wealth and job titles might seem the most valuable parameter. Reflecting from a long-term perspective might make an individual realize that career is just one part of life, and having a balance between work and life in a way that allows sufficient quality time with family will be more critical in the long run. Reflecting from a long-term perspective might make an individual realize that career is but one part of life. Having a work-life balance that allows sufficient quality time with family might be more critical in the long run. Such clarity speeds up the process and improves the quality of choice. Strategy 5, concede. Come to terms with the fact that there will always be a shadow of an unlived life. Life is a trade-off. We have limited resources, time, energy, money, and innumerable ways to spend them. So any decision we make, anything we say yes to, means we say no to all other equally attractive options. The word decide is derived from the Latin word decidere. I hope I pronounced that right. It means to cut off or slice away alternatives. So the act of deciding is to reject other possible options. As an ambitious high achiever, I've often found myself wanting it all. I believed that if I were more productive, if I were more efficient, I'd be able to do it all. But that's just us trying to fool ourselves and avoid facing the inevitable truth of our lives, that we are constrained by time, energy, and resources and cannot have it all, no matter how hard we try. So here's your only everyday tip for the week. Take the choice and make it right. We can overcomplicate the process of making a choice as much as we want, but the truth is that there is no right or wrong decision in life. Every decision we make takes us on a unique journey, and what we make of it is in our hands. As I always say, there is no right or wrong answer. You take a decision and make it right. Here's my humble invitation to you to stop being paralyzed by choice overload and make the best career decisions to have a fulfilling and enriching professional career for yourselves, not some future arbitrary date, but today. Until we meet again, this is Shweta Shivraman signing off, hoping you have a fabulous week ahead.